They said, what you gonna do for the big one? And I'm going, oh no, that's right. Because in 6 months, I was turning 50. And so they began saying, well, you're gonna throw this big party. And I'm thinking, my family's in Kentucky. I don't want to drag them all down here. Going up there certainly doesn't make sense after 16 years. I've got all these friends that are kind of scattered in pods. Bringing them all together is going to be really uncomfortable for all of us. Maybe the party thing's not exactly the way to mark a 50th birthday. So what do? Well, I started thinking about it, and I really came to the realization it wasn't so much where I was on my 50th birthday, as much as maybe who I was by my 50th birthday. So I had 6 months, and I thought, what can I do in 6 months? And needless to say, we all love our bucket list items, but how many of us have the time or money or energy and all the right combinations to go see the pyramids, in Egypt or any of these other things? So I thought, well, what the dickens can I do? Well, by that point, I'd been here 12 years, and I thought, geez, I've done Jazz Fest 12 times. I've done Mardi Gras 12 times. I've done French Quarter Fest 12 times. I've done everything in New Orleans 12 times. Have I really done it all, though? So I started thinking about it. And I don't know if you're like me, but I'm a pack rat. Every time I see a little something that interests me in the newspaper, I'm snipping it out. And every time I see something somewhere, I'm taking a brochure. And so all over my house, I had all these little pieces and things. This was in the pre-Pinterest days. And so I thought, maybe I can find some way to start organizing this so I can really start tackling it. So, one of the things I finally got wise in doing, how many of your wonderful friends have given you these beautiful little diaries at one point or another, journals? Well, I grabbed one and decided this was going to be my official Life Spicer journal. So I took all those little snippets of paper and I started making a list of every little dive restaurant that I've passed for 10 years and never bothered to stop. All the books people have told me about that you have to read, they made it in the list. The good movies, foreign films or something that people wanted. Some of the state parks here in the region I've never even bothered to go to for a picnic. I mean, so many little tiny things that we just kind of pass every day of our life and we don't even think about. So I put them all in there, and I thought, well, at least now, when I do have a beautiful Sunday afternoon and nothing to do, at least I got my journal, I can go and pick something out and do it. And I thought, you know what? With 6 months to go, let's make it a little more challenging than that. So, I decided, turning 50, 6 months, why not take 50 of those items and make a 50 by 50 list? So for 6 months, between July and January, a couple of years ago, I literally made a list. And I kept it up on my bulletin board, right by my desk. So every single week, I knew I'd better try to mark off 1 or 2 things out of the list. So what I was smart enough to do, though, was I made sure and made it really varied so that there were some things that were super easy. So on days when I was present and had no energy and didn't care about spicing my life, I could still do something, like order a magazine that I had wanted to have forever, or a book. So literally 2 clicks of a computer and I could make a check off of one of those 50 items. And then on the days when I felt a little stronger and a little braver, I had some toughies on there too, like contacting somebody I had admired forever and asking them to go to coffee. And I'm shy, believe it or not. That is a very difficult thing for me to do, but I did it.